man. So how did the music thing start then? So how did you like get into music? I thought, what did you get into music because you know people probably told you, you look like Nana Boro. I can't like the first time I saw you, that's the first person that came to my head. I'm like, rah, this nigga looks like Nana Boro, fam. Whoever don't know who Nana Boro is, go search it on Google, innit?
Go search it on Google.
Nana
Boro, legend.
Go search it.
Legend.
And now he's doing madness now though. He's wearing weave and that. Hey, I like that. Cut that out, Nana Boro. He's wearing weave and shit. Like, nah,
I believe you've seen that, bro.
That's weird, bro. Go check it out. He's wearing fucking lace fronts and that.
Raw.
That's
like
mad,
that.
man. It's mad, man.
Boy.
Obviously, I know he's trying to go viral, but that's not the way, man.
I don't know about them things there, boy.
But yeah, so how did the music thing start for you?
Bro, to be honest, even when I was back in France, I was doing music, but I felt like with music, I was doing it more as a hobby.
Okay.
In France, I was still trying to find myself. I was doing more like French rap, you know, like proper on hip hop beats, you know, heavily influenced by, you know, back in the day, there was like these French rappers, Booba.
Yeah, I know about Booba, yeah.
So yeah, man. So Booba, there was, who else was there? Bro, so many. Neuf de E, there was Rof, there was La Fouine, bro. Couple. So I was heavily influenced by, and then they also were heavily influenced by American hip hop as well. So yeah, so that's what I was doing for a while. And then obviously when I moved here, do you know what? It's like even when I was doing French rap, I was still trying to find myself. So I started music when I was like 14.
Okay.
About 14, 15. So when I started music, it's like I grew up on like hip life, high life.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? And I'm like, that type of music, the way it hits, it just hits differently. Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
Till today.
Till this day.
Till today, man. Because even these days, you could go to clubs these days, they play Euphoria and Ponsai, yeah. Even the way it hits Jamaicans, bro, it hits them more.
And it's like they're speaking tree, like throughout the whole tune, but some people are feeling it differently. They're like the harmonies, the fact they're like, nah.
I saw one video, of, what's his name? I think his name is Lippy.
Yeah.
He was listening to, yeah. Hey, bro, the way the guy was feeling it, I was like, hey. I was like, has Euphoria and Ponsai seen this video, bro? Or is he Euphoria and Ponsai that sings that song? Or Kofi Saturn?
I think is it Kwamna?
No. It's Okofinti and I think his name is Kofinti and Euphoria and Ponsai.
Yeah, Kofinti.
I was thinking, have them niggas seen this shit, bro? How much is blowing in England?
Bro.
Like, I feel like someone needs to let them know. They must.
I think they know.
If they don't know, someone needs to make them aware.
I think they know because, bro, even in clubs, once you drop that tune,
bro, even thingy Otolege,
bro.
Oh my days, the way you see Jamaicans move to Otolege, I'll just be watching and thinking,
crazy.
Not even African people feel that tune that much.
Crazy, bro.
So
yeah, man. So I was heavily influenced by obviously hip life, high life. So I was always wondering, I think I was ahead of my time. I was like, bro, I wish everyone could listen to this music and then just listen to it and then feel how the music feels. Like, do you understand? It's a banger. Like, music is music at the end of the day. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? But I'm like, in order for that to happen, like, they will have to understand what we are saying. I can't speak French to everybody in those type of beats. So it's like, at the time, it was kind of weird. So, and then when I first moved there and I listened to, like, back in the days, the P squares and the Premier Gaou and the African Queens,
Two-Face,
Mama Africa. Do you understand what I'm trying to say to you? When that Ice Prince, all of that starting emerging out, I'm like, okay, now it's like there's kind of a sound that can cross over from Africa to here.
Because at the time it was basically crossing over.
It was crossing over slowly, but not yet. Because when we first, so then when I came here, that's when I met Kelvin. Vibe Squad. And then D Vibe Squad. And then there was Culture, some guy called Culture, Vibe
Squad as well. Okay, I don't know about him though.
So he was, Vibe Squad.
So he was a fourth member.
Okay. There was 5 of us.
Okay, I never knew that.
And there was a singer called Richie.
Okay, because that's my next question. I was about to ask. So while you're getting it, you might as well get into it. Then. So I was about to ask you how like Vibe Squad and all that.
Yeah, bro, Vibe Squad came together. Fam, like I said, everything's pretty much everything that usually happens around us is always natural. It's always organic. There's never
something planned. It just happened. Like
it just happens, and it just always.
So where did you lot like meet?
At college, so we're all in the same college.
Okay, so did D go to college as well?
D went college as well.
Okay, so that means I never met him there then.
Yeah, because he was the year older.
Okay,
Yeah,
and Kelvin as well. He
Kelvin
also went
as
college as well.
Kelvin
Okay,
as well.
I never
Kelvin
met
as
them, man.
So when I tell you I was making friends, like one of my first friends were like, yeah, they were among, because like there was a large batch of us. There was about 10, 15 of us. So we'll always be in the link, whatever, you know.
I said the link.
In the link. That's what they used to call it.
I fully forgot what it's called.
Yeah, in the link. That's what they used to call it.
Yeah, I know that bit, innit?
Yeah, so you know, it's just, for those that don't know what the link is, it's just a chilling area where, you know,
college,
when
a common room.
Like a common room. But it was like open space common room. And then, yeah, man, we always chill together and obviously bust jokes. But then one day D was like, oh yeah, I've got a studio in my house, blah, blah, blah. Like, you guys should come.
All right.
And then we just all went, and then we're just dropping bars, trying to make music.
Okay.
And then people started getting interested. They're like, oh yeah, well, you guys making music now, yeah? And then we started playing it to people. People were like, yeah. People started, obviously, like we started gathering like a small fan base within our friends.
Okay.
And then we started growing from there, bro.
Okay.
Literally. And then obviously, then we started obviously getting out there more and more, trying to connect with people in order to showcase our sound.
Okay.
And at the time, there wasn't much platforms, bro.
Nah, definitely
for
not.
you, like people, the Afrobeats was not even called Afrobeats.
Listen, that's what I was about to say. Me personally, even yesterday I was thinking about it, I was like, vibesquad was the first group I saw in the UK do something like that. I didn't see anything before that. If there's anything before that, someone can correct me or say whatever, yeah. But that song, I even forgot the name of the song. That I want some girl. That's the first
Dance For Me.
UK, Dance For Me. That's the first UK Afrobeat tune I ever saw in my life.
Okay,
like I never saw no.
That's mad.
Because that's just me. There, I don't think.
You see, some people feel like Dance For Me was the first UK Afrobeats, but I feel like
bro, I think it is. Because
like,
I can't think of anything before that. Because people say it's tribal skank, but yeah, but that's tribal, funky house.
But you know, Tribal dropped a tune with Tiffany. I don't know if you remember that tune.
With Tiffany?
Yeah.
What, before you Dance With Me?
It was around those times. So don't quote me whether it was before or after.
I only started getting aware of Tiffany when it came to Fuse Days. That's when I started getting aware of her.
So, and also, bro, even before Dance For Me with Tribal, we dropped a song called Wine Upon Me.
Okay.
Wine Upon Me was dropped in 2008.
Okay.
Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
At that time, I was definitely not catching on to it because that's when the grime was hot. Everyone wanted to, you know what I'm saying? Music was Channel U.
That's what I'm saying. 2008, we were doing Afrobeats.
Okay, because that's what I'm saying. I don't know if I can confidently say it, but I feel like vibesquad is the first.
Nah, we definitely. To me, obviously, I feel like we were the first.
I feel like the same way.
That got the recognition.
Not even a recognition. I feel like the first Afrobeat sound coming out of UK.
I feel like do you know why I'm saying recognition? The reason why I'm saying recognition is because no one was taken to the sound.
Never.
No one was taken to the sound until we started dropping Dance For Me. And it's like, people are like, okay, this is like, there's a sound that's coming. But there's a couple of people that were doing it. Obviously, Kwamzandsilva came, Mistasilva as well.
No, but Kwamzandsilva and them, I feel like they came after because I saw Dance With Me after that. Then I saw everything else. Then I saw Kwamzandsilva doing that bread freestyle.
But
then,
that's what you're right, but that's what I'm saying. I'm saying after. That's when we linked up with Kwamzandsilva and then Mistasilva and then to do like Wadi Misika. But
for real, I want to do this research. I want to know the first, because I might be wrong in it, but I feel like I can confidently say vibesquad Dance With Me is the first UK Afrobeat. If group is definitely the first.
Group 100%.
But when it comes to song, I feel like it's the first. Like I never heard no other African do such a sound. Like in those days, it wasn't even popular to do that. Like doing that was not the thing. Like you wasn't gonna do that.
Yeah,
doing dancing, doing azonto.
But bro,
like later on, it started becoming. After that, I feel like it started becoming more popular.
Let me be honest with you, fam. Even when we were doing all of this, it's like nobody was taking us in, bro.
Of course, I could understand because in those days,
nobody was taking us in. They're like, what is this music? Afrobeats, Afro.
Do you get it?
Like we didn't even have a name for it at first until do you know what? People started calling it Afrobeats because it was the easiest thing to call it. But what we need to also understand is that Afrobeats is not just a genre. Afrobeats is a culture.
Yeah.
That's what we need to understand. Afrobeats goes beyond the music. It's not just the music.
And also, one thing I also want to say is, you do understand that if it is true that you lot were like the first UK group to actually do Afrobeats, you know, that means basically, I can't lie, because Afrobeats really and truly was birthed in the UK. Yeah. Nigerian people just came and then took it and say, Afrobeats and everyone. Because really and truly, you have to put it like this. Most people were looking at what the UK lot were doing. Yeah. And then Nigerians were basically turning into their own thing back there. Because what Two-Face and what the band and them were doing wasn't what you lot were doing. Yeah, no. They were doing their music, of course, but their music was never gonna. It wasn't appealing to us.
But you get? Should I be honest with you? Vibesquad was ahead of their time, bro. Like
we
were ahead of our time, because it's like, if you listen carefully, like even now, even when certain people go back and listen to it, and I'm like, raw, like you guys had a certain sound that like if it was
the same thing happened to me, because I was just doing some research, obviously. And I was going through the channel and I was like, raw, like this song is this many years old. So I'm starting to think like,
because that's what I'm saying. So even if you're saying, because Dance For Me was released in 2011. Wine For Me was released in 2010. And then our very, very first single was released at the end of 2008. And I don't think there was any Afrobeats artists in 2008, bro.
If there was any